You know, it's a lot of more people now believing in cloning. Y'all remember years ago when we talked about cloning on here and how so many people say it's not real, then it is real, or you see everything like with the rappers. You heard people say some of these rappers are clone, NBA players are clone. And do you ever think about this? What you see with the meat. Now, for those who've been watching me a long time, I talked about Dolly the sheep that was cloned back in the day and how Dolly lived for 6 years. But when you start looking at cloning and how many more animals they clone, you really can't put a number on it, because it wasn't just the sheep, Dolly the sheep. When you look it up, you start seeing rabbits was cloned, monkeys was cloned, etc., etc. Horses were cloned. And you have to ask yourself this question when you look at the meat now. If you eat meat and the animals are cloned, what do they say about the meat? Of course, the FDA will put a stamp on it. Oh, it's okay, it's safe. But if you got all this sickness and diseases, and then you wonder why a lot of people say, that's why I don't eat meat no more. Because you look at the meat, and what you're looking at is really not what you think you're looking at. You got a lot of artificial stuff. You got clone meat. But the FDA have to make everything look right. You go in the stores, and you're looking at this stuff, and you're shaking your head saying, what is this? Because the meat ain't the meat. Ain't no telling what you're getting. Then you go home, open it up, smell it. Something ain't right. I told y'all about the artificial eggs they was making. Y'all saw that video that they sent out. It went to people. I forgot who sent it to me. And they were showing you how they make eggs with the laser. You gotta ask yourself, what's in this stuff? If it's in that and then it's in your body, is that why the sickness keep happening? Cancer keep happening? The parasites keep getting worse and worse? And you know they gotta put it in the stores on the shelf, and then you gotta make it have shelf life. How long it's gonna last on the shelf? So not only are you talking about cloning animals, but think about the eating of the meat. And then you wonder why in Leviticus the Most High showed us what and what not to eat. We talking about the one who's all-knowing, the one who designed it all, the one who told us what to do and what not to do and when to do and how to do. That's why it's so important to stick to what the Holy Spirit say. I know the word gonna tell you, the world, is gonna tell you to do any and everything. And you start looking at that clone of Dolly, and then Dolly got sick. When you start talking about taking an adult cell, see, you really look at what we living in, you don't know what's being mixed with what now. Even dogs ain't even looking real no more, some of them. Just like I showed y'all about them insects, those flies. We talk about this stuff a lot on here. Stuff looking fake. It ain't just the weather. It's the insects, it's the animals. It's all looking real fake, ain't it? Because it is. I told y'all, what was that last year, about the possum that died in the backyard and the squirrel that was in the tree? Just like that. Never seen nothing like that. Because what we living in has gotten worse. And it will get worse and worse. But I'm not saying that to scare nobody. I'm telling you to stay woke and be careful what you put into your system. They're like when we talk about growing your own food, look at what they're doing to the soil. I think this daughter of Zion that always say, man, you just gotta pray over it. Because whether you talking about the water, whether you talking about the tap water or the bottled water, everything is being tampered with. When you talk about the chemtrails falling, everything is being tampered with. Cloud seeding, from the weather on down, is being tampered with. And you can't help but to notice the way things look in the store now. And Brother G, you asked me another great question about what's the #1 killer stuff right now. Fast food. fast food. They were just talking about how a lot of places that didn't have fast food, now they're getting the fast food restaurants and more people are dying, more people are getting sick, more women getting bigger and bigger because of what's in the food. It's the reason why it's called fast food. It's fast, and it go through you fast. And you better protect you know what I'm talking about. So y'all, just stay prayed up and just try to live this life the best way you can. And I know, man, whether you talking about the water, it don't even matter what you're talking about, it's being tampered with. Because we are right here in the middle. Man, they playing with people. They playing with our lives, y'all. And that's why you have to pray. You have to be obedient. You got to study and try not to harm your body. All this other stuff that you're doing to your body, man, if you can stop it, pray about it. And you can't stop it. Let me say that right. Forgive me, Father. Pray and get delivered from it, man. All the drinking and the drugging, the tearing up the temple of the body, it's already tough just trying to stay above the water, as Granny would say, in this life. Without all the extra stuff we add, the trouble we add to it. So on that note, that's my time. Shalom.